Hey guys, PBJ here. Excuse me. We're going to focus today on a certain... First, let me set it up. These people get it so wrong. Saying a genocide is happening in Gaza is ludicrous. That means all war is genocide. If you're going to judge it by that standard, every war is a genocide. Notice these left-wing douchebags. I don't know if this guy's left-wing, but he certainly sounds like a fucking bleeding heart liberal douche, okay? He is a Scottish reporter or journalist, apparently been around for years, never heard of him before. He looks like he's on his way to Burning Man. I mean, you know, this is the kind of caliber we have. This fucking Scottish bleeding heart fucking piece of shit, okay? And he is a piece of shit. Because what he says in this thing is so wrong. So wrong. That I don't know, and let's be clear, people are out there saying, I haven't covered it for a while, you know, because I thought, you know what, these people are going to destroy themselves. I can't keep up with all this fucking bullshit. And then this comes, and he's been on my radar before, this guy, okay? He works at GB News, which is funny, because GB News was, I thought, the antidote to the left-wing bullshit in the UK. This guy's on there. And he gets this so fucking wrong, okay? The other things he says, but this particular, he gets it so wrong. And people believe it. People actually believe there's a genocide going on in Gaza. Even though Israel drops pamphlets. Even though Israel phones these people. If this is even texts them. Oh, that's all lies. No, it's not, because why are these people moving from place to place? By the way, people say, oh, well, what, you're going to move them there, you're going to move them there, you're going to... yes, here's the idea that I said, and other people have been saying, like Eugene Kontorovich. Why are these people who are not combatants being forced to stay in Gaza? They're the only refugees in a war that are not allowed to leave the war zone. Every other war, they are allowed to leave. But for some reason, this war, they can't leave. The Egyptians, no, we're not taking any Palestinians. Why has anyone not forced Egypt to take the Palestinians? Trump's got leverage. You talk about funding Israel, some of these fucking kooks on the right and left. We've got it from both sides now, really. Jeez. What about Egypt? The money you give Egypt, which you get fuck all back, okay? A couple of textiles, and that's about it. But my point is this: why are these the only people that are being forced to stay in a war zone? They're the only people. No one else. No other war would anyone expect civilians to stay in a war zone. This guy doesn't mention it. Doesn't mention it at all. And the question is why? Why are these the only refugees who are not allowed to leave a war zone? It's a question people need to ask. My conclusion is that clearly it's about Israel. And it's not about these people and their freedom. It's about going at Israel. That's all it's about. That's all it's ever been about, guys. It's about going after Israel. Anyway, yeah, he says this. He's got this heavy Scottish accent. Oh, bend down and pin my cup of tea. You know, and he's gonna tell us what he thinks. Okay, let's listen to this fucking asshole.
When I was growing up, there were absolute wrongs. Things that could not be allowed. I remember being told about absolute wrongs. I remember being taught about absolute wrongs.
Oh.
Absolute wrong. Actions and crimes.
Absolute wrongs. It's like listening to fucking Billy Connolly be serious. Carry on, Rob Roy. Let's see what you have to say.
Unforgettable and unforgivable. No debate, no equivocation, no grey areas. Never again. Genocide was an absolute wrong.
Listen
No
to this.
exceptions. The genocide of the Armenians at the time of the First World War, the genocide of the Jewish people during World War II,
Who invented the word
Rwandan
genocide?
the Bosnian genocide, the attempted destruction or elimination of a people just because of who
Got
and
no,
what they were.
no problem with that.
Absolute wrong. Never again. I distinctly remember that lesson. It sounded right enough. You couldn't be wiping out people. That was an absolute wrong. No argument, no exceptions. Racism was another absolute wrong. I remember, for instance, being told about what had happened to black Americans in the deep south.
Of course you did. Sorry, I can't. I'm doing a show here. So, what's with the fucking scarf? Yeah. I always thought as a young boy, this is wrong. Genocide is wrong. Armenian genocide wrong. Scotty, I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. Yes, he's naming everything. But listen to what he says now. And it totally blows his whole argument out the water. Listen to this.
That was an absolute wrong.
Oh, for God's sake.
Don't buy another pair of glasses until you've seen what this new invention can do. These self-adjustable glasses are taking the...
There was the civil rights...
God, that's a horrible statue. Oh.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. People should be judged not by the colour
I have a dream.
But the content of their characters. That sounded absolutely right. So, racism, discrimination against an ethnic or racial group was another absolute wrong. Definitely. Paedophilia, sex with children, that was an absolute
You look like a fucking pedophile.
Just wrong. No sex between adults and children.
No
wrong,
sex.
Wrong. Definitely and absolutely. Another absolute wrong. All of that was then, and this is now. The world of now. It seems to me I have had it wrong all these years. It turns out, when it comes to genocide and racism and sex with children, and when I say sex with children, I really should say the rape of children, because I was definitely also told children could not consent to sex, so that any adult having sex with a child was committing rape. An absolute wrong then, obviously.
Absolute wrong. I agree with this fucking douchebag. But watch what he uses to demonstrate genocide. Totally fucking blows his little ship out the water.
But it turns out, seems to turn out, at least when I look out at the world, and of course I could be wrong, but when it comes to genocide and racism and raping children, it turns out those wrongs are not absolute. It turns out it depends just who is being genocided.
Oh my God.
If that's even a word. Who is being subjected to racism. And it also turns out it depends exactly who is raping the children and which children. If the people being genocided are Palestinian, for example,
oh, for God's sake.
It turns out that's, well, let's just say...
First of all, genocide. Name me something, Rob Roy. Which genocide what genocide happened where they brought in food to feed the civilians? Aid. What genociders gave polio vaccines to the children of Gaza? How is that a genocide? Am I missing something? What genocide happened that the people who are doing the genocide sent in food and aid? What genociders do that? What genociders inoculate the population against polio? What? Name me the genociders who did that before you claim this is a genocide. By the way, this idea, the UN has refused to work with the GHF and the Israelis to deliver food. I think they're doing it now. They're being forced to. But it's ludicrous to make that statement. Now, it totally destroys everything else this guy's saying. If he believes this is a genocide, then you've cheapened the word genocide. You've cheapened the fucking word. If you're going to compare this fucking nonsense, and these people don't look well undernourished, they look very healthy to me. This is not a starvation. It's a war. A war that Israel didn't start. It was started by a potential genocide when these fucking brown sand monkeys decided to come into Israel, rape and murder everybody they could find. That's a fucking genocide. I don't understand the difference. Can someone please explain it to me? If we get bleeding heart liberal pansies like this fuck with his little scarf around his neck and his long flowing grey hair to lecture us on what he believes is a genocide. Oh, I've been told all the time when I was a child that genocide is wrong. Genocide is wrong. You're right, buddy. Your parents didn't fuck you over. You're absolutely right. This is not a genocide. Douchebag. Go down there and see for yourself. I'm tired of these people, miles and miles away, have no idea about the Middle East, don't understand its politics, don't understand making these broad statements. This is getting Jews killed. When you say genocide, there are numbskulls and nutbags out there that believe it. And your audience is ill-informed. There goes another fucking synagogue up. You have blood on your hands, sir. You have blood on your hands. Don't talk to me about Israel. You have blood on your hands, Braveheart. You fucking, oh God, they're disgusting. You know what? If that be the case, William Wallace was a genocider, wasn't he? If we're going to use statements like this is a, William Wallace was a man who was a genocider. Rob Roy was a genocidal maniac. These are the people who run around in skirts where the thistles are waist high. Don't talk to me about fucking Israel, you fucks. Anyway.
That's different. Not the same as the Armenian genocide, the Holocaust, Bosnia, Rwanda. There's some late in the day noise about it now, but Gaza is rubble.
Yeah.
People are starving to death.
And why is it rubble? You've heard testimony of IDF soldiers who say that every second house was booby trapped. Every house had tunnel entrances. Every building had tunnel entrances. How is this a genocide? How? The Nazis marched Jews into camps, not only gassed them, shot them into pits, murdered them on a grand scale. The Armenian genocide was the same, murder on a grand scale because of their identity. Israel's not destroying Hamas because of their identity. They're destroying Hamas because of their ideology. There's a difference. I thought this guy was a seasoned journalist, yet he's choosing to believe the lie. I don't buy it that he knows this isn't a genocide. I don't buy it at all. Well, why is GB News having this guy tell this bullshit? Do you realize, sir, that in your country of Great Britain, that anti-Semitism has risen to skyrocketing heights? And then you wonder why, when we see douchebags like this on the TV, saying this is a genocide when it is utterly not. It is a war. A complicated war that Israel did not ask for. Every war that Israel's fought, they never asked for. They are fighting for their existence to live. These people want to wipe them off the map. That is their sole goal for existing. Don't talk to me about a Palestinian state. Don't talk to me about them wanting self-determination. Theo Von, okay, this redneck retard, okay, really? You're giving your fucking people a bad name. You're the rednecks who ran around in white sheets. Now you're saying Israel doesn't have a right to exist and they're killing Palestine. You are sowing these seeds. You are responsible for this nonsense that's happening in the world today. Do you remember when the Ruskies invaded Ukraine? I don't remember people burning down Russian Orthodox churches or attacking Russians in the street. Yeah, people said, oh, Ruskies, you know. No one did that. Or Ukrainians never went after the Ukrainians, torched their churches or their communities. Here we have people who have a voice, a platform, speaking as if it is the case. No rebuttal. No one saying, hey, listen, you're talking out your ass, okay? And this guy's getting away with saying this on GB News? It's lies. Utter lies. He's even showing them walking with food. How's that a genocide? These people brought it upon themselves. I take the position of Benjamin Anthony. I have no sympathy for the Gazans. You want to know why? They brought this upon themselves. They voted in Hamas. They danced in the streets and rejoiced while they dragged Jewish hostages through the streets of Gaza. They did that. That journalist who was a Hamas operative, which Israel took out and said we took him out because he is a Hamas terrorist, photographing, spreading all this excitement around that they had managed to get 250 Jews captive, women, children, old ladies, Holocaust survivors. Did he see the guy in the tunnel, the Israeli hostage who is looking like a Holocaust survivor? You talk about starvation, you fucking Scottish cocksucker. My God. My God. And you want to play yourself off as virtuous? At your thistle-assed fucking ass? You fucking Scots. Fucking, what have you given us? You've given us William Wallace, who was probably, well, according to you, would be a genocider. Rob Roy, oh, fucking, let me wank off to that one. And Scotty from Star Trek. That's all you fucking given us. And your world cuisine, haggis. I mean, you people give nothing. Israel's given how much to the world? The genocide. I was taught that the genocide was bad. But then I met and I went to Israel. Now I say that Israel. My Scottish accent's a bit weird. I'm trying to mimic this douchebag. I was told, no, how did it go? Been down in film cavity. Yeah, this fucking wanker, okay? Let's carry on. I've left it too long.
Before our eyes.
Before our
What's
eyes.
happening there is being described as a genocide. Yet,
by who, you cocksucker? The UN, which has passed more resolutions against Israel than all the world's countries combined, with real human rights violators, who you are not using your voice or platform with your big world behind you. It's so shit, bruh, please. Thinks he's Jesus or something. I don't know, the Scottish version of Jesus. Listen. These are places where actual genocides are taking place, actual human rights violations. They don't get your voice, dude. They don't get your voice. No, the Israel, they're committing genocide by giving the aid to the Gazans, by dropping pamphlets to say get the fuck out, by, I don't think Israel should go harder. I personally believe, fuck them. They brought this on themselves, fuck them. But Israel's a moral country, unlike your country, Britain. And your Jews are being attacked in the streets. What are you saying about that, fucking Mary Queen of Scots? Huh? What are you saying about that? Are they getting your voice? I'm sick and tired of it. Jewish people, we've been through fucking a hell of a lot. Okay. People that have been through so much, unbelievable that they still exist. I don't know this guy. I don't know what. He's a journalist, apparently a famous journalist in Scotland, which doesn't, Scotland's the size of a donkey's asshole. I mean, no one cares. But the fact of the matter is that this asshole gets on his platform and starts spewing the biggest load of shit, calling it a genocide when it is not a genocide. Oh, no, the ICJ proved it was a genocide. Well, first of all, the ICJ didn't, but the ICJ, I mean, we are going to trust the ICJ now, who had as its head a Lebanese judge who has a huge anti-Semitic problem. Not to mention the ICC. These organizations are corrupt. They hold no standing. They're purely political. And they lie. And they give passes to actual genociders, to actual murderers. And he's giving his 50 cents worth to the people that are trying to prevent another genocide. We're fighting for their survival. It doesn't really matter what this asshole says. Doesn't matter. Go eat your fucking haggis, you douchebag. But it's just insulting to me to see these people. Tucker Carlson. Tucker fucker Carlson is bringing on. He brought on this. I don't know what. It looked like the evil queen from Snow White when she was picking the apples. Gave the apple to Snow White. A ghoul he brought on his show. Okay, who literally put me off my food last night. I couldn't eat. I saw this woman. I wanted to be sick, physically sick. Lies through her teeth. Lies about the Christians, that they are being oppressed in Israel. When Christianity is growing, it's the only place in the Middle East that Christianity is growing, not to mention the fact that all those sites are protected. Lied, and Tucker Carlson just took it in. The thing is, the difference is that Tucker Carlson getting such huge hit back from this. But he's got to do what his paymasters in Qatar tell him to do. I mean, he's on their payroll now. I wonder who's paying this guy. God, he looks like it. Oh God, I'd love to smack him around the fucking room. This says liberal douchebag right here with his little curtain. He's got wrapped his shower curtain. He wrapped around his neck. These people are liars and they are deceived. I don't know this guy where his heart is, but if you tell me that that is a genocide, there's something morally wrong with you. If you cannot acknowledge, he doesn't even acknowledge October 7th, this fuck. You talk about kids in Gaza. When the Bibas family were murdered, what did this asshole say about it? Throttled to fucking death. And the mother was killed along with her 3 kids. That man has no more family anymore. His entire family has been wiped out. He's got to live the rest of his life without his kids, seeing his kids grow up. Think about that for a second. All because of Hamas. Yet he's not calling for Hamas to be destroyed. He's calling Israel the genociders. The world is upside down. The world has lost its moral value. I'm with the team Israel, brah. All of you can come against us. You are going to end up. Your countries are fucking up. Your countries have problems. Got nothing to do with Israel. You guys are letting these people take over your countries, and they probably will eventually. If you carry on if you have assholes like this talking for you. Let's hear more what this fuckhead has to say.
In terms of genocide being an absolute wrong, intolerable, never again.
Oh my God.
It turns out we have been and still are just watching it unfold before our eyes.
Oh my God.
Never again doesn't apply.
Never again.
So far.
Never again will I listen to you, you fuck. It's not unfolding before our eyes. These people, if anybody, any group, and by the way, Palestinians, I mean, this is a made-up name. Okay, let's be clear about this. Palestine was the name given by the Romans. Okay? 1964, I believe, they started specifically not calling themselves Palestinians because they saw it as a political weapon against Israel. It's the only reason these people exist. is to have a sword against Israel. Why these people don't say, why are the Palestinians be left in? Let's get them out to safety. The civilians, hard to distinguish, but yes. Why are they the only ones who have to stay in the fucking war zone? Because they get killed in war and they use it as, you're killing civilians. And that doesn't go just for Hamas. If it just went for the Hamas, why are the media spinning it? They know the truth. This guy knows the truth. Don't tell me he doesn't. It's about Israel. Got nothing. Don't let this guy fool you and make you think that he cares about the children in Gaza. He doesn't. It's about Israel. There's a darkness in every human heart. Jews have been scapegoated and scapegoated. We have an army now that can fight. We're not stateless anymore. And we got a goddamn good army. Very good army. Don't tell me that we need to come and say, oh, we're going to have to go in and save Israel. I mean, some of these right-wing pundits, I'm like, you living in a... No, who's going to come save your asses? The Israelis have saved the asses of these GHF guys all the time, stopping these guys from being killed. Okay? Israel could have finished that war in Iran easily, had Trump not come and kneecapped them at the last minute with that ridiculous fucking tweet and statement. They're executing people like it's a bodily function over there now. Thanks to who? Trump. If he hadn't kneecapped Israel at the last minute, that country could have changed regime. But he didn't want a regime change. Oh, so we can't have a regime change. So the people that were going to take over the government and take back their country are now being executed en masse. Thanks to Trump. Thanks to Trump. And I'm not anti-Trump, but I think his ego got in the way. And now his ego's causing people to be executed in Iran. I appreciate his support, but dude, what you did was wrong. You should have left Israel to do what they do best and destroy the Iranians once and for all. You're not going to get a deal with these people. They're not interested in deals. They're not interested in preserving their own country. As we see with the water crisis and the dilapidation of institutions in Iran because of corruption. That sounds familiar. It's kind of like our country here. Every institution in this country has gone to the pot because of the corruption of this government. We've had water shortages in this country, electrical blackouts. They're having blackouts in Iran. And just recently, one of our douchebag fucking generals, how he became a general, God only knows. These people don't know how to the rifle butt from the fucking barrel. Went over there for God knows what reason. A defeated fucking country got their asses handed to them. Oh, I wish Israel ran a bombing raid when he was there and killed him. Oh, wouldn't that have been lovely? By the way, I would worry in this country. Some of these people in the government are funding Hamas. That could get you dead, bro. And I'd love to see who's funding this fucking Scottish turd. Who's paying his fucking meal ticket. Don't tell me you don't know the truth. A genocide is when one group explicitly kills people because of who they are. Gaza is not that. They are destroying Hamas, a terrorist organization, sir.
Of the Palestinians. This is a permanent stain on humanity, and so it should be.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Far less being stopped by a world certain that genocide is an absolute wrong.
Oh, really? The whole world is enabling this genocide. I'm sorry, have you seen the entire world's coming against Israel? You're not standing on the side of the minority. You're on the majority side, you fucking... Can I call you a journalist? You're standing with the evil people, man. You're standing with the child rapists. He says, child rape is wrong. Child rape? What? I want to do his accent. I was told that child rape is wrong, but if it's Jews getting raped, it's A-okay. No, that goes away if the Jews are being raped. It's wrong between bites of his haggis. But apparently if it's Jews being raped and being killed and being cut to pieces, then that's okay. He's literally standing with the child rapists and the murderers. This is what I don't get. He goes and he says, I was told that child rape is wrong. Aye, lassie. Child rape is wrong. Yeah, but why are you standing with them then? Why are you standing with the people that murder kids, that throttle babies? I mean, am I missing something here? It's utterly ridiculous. The man goes on talking about genocide, mentions the Armenian genocide before it was even declared, before the word genocide even came out. He mentions the Jewish Holocaust, which is a genocide, which that's where the phrase was coined. Then he goes completely downwards into Hamas and Gaza's a genocide. We can see it can't be anything else. It's a war, you fucking cocksucker. And it's ridiculous that this man goes and stands with the rapists and the murderers and the fucking degenerates of our time, but stands on the side saying he's standing on the side of right. Really? Who's going to point it out to this jerk-off? Oh my God, I'd love to get 5 minutes in a room with this cocksucker.
Oh. I'm sure I was taught.
I'm sure I was taught.
It also turns out that racism is, let's say, a grey area. When it's being inflicted on black or brown people, then it's an absolute wrong, and rightly so.
What about Jewish people?
Well, that's, how to say it, that's apparently different. White people are even encouraged to be self-loathing, ashamed of the colour of their skin on account of...
I'd be ashamed if I were you, pal.
Let's look at the furore around the advert running for American Eagle genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
City Sweeney, Casper genes.
What the fuck?
In 1 week, you'll see your energy. In 2 weeks, you'll feel your breath. In
What the fuck was that supposed to be?
White, blue-eyed, blonde Sydney Sweeney is pictured talking about how genes are inherited from parents. She appears proud of who and what she is. And then there's a play on words when she says her genes, as in denim jeans, are blue. Cue outrage.
Cue outrage.
It's been called fascist propaganda. A TikTok user said so. Quote,
yeah. Well, we're all looking at Sydney Sweeney or whatever the hell she's called. Never heard of her in my life before. Her genes and her blue eyes and her genes inherited. Jews are being attacked in the streets. Synagogues are being burnt in your country, sir. You talk about racism. Fails to mention what has been going on, the amount of anti-Semitism, people marching down your streets every day in London. I don't know where the fuck you live. Calling for the death to Jews. Where are you on that? Forget about Sydney Sweeney's genes, okay? What, because a couple of whites get attacked by some black fucking people, suddenly there's a rise in anti-white? What are you talking about? There's a rise in anti-Semitism from black, brown, Scots, fucking whites, carrying on about Jews all that fucking day. Stopping them coming to comedy. There's two, in your country, sir, 2 Jewish comedians have been barred from doing their shows. Where are you on that? Where are you on the fact that these people march nearly every weekend calling for the destruction of Israel and death of Jews, the Intifada? Don't talk to me about fucking some broad in her fucking jeans, you cocksucker. I'm sorry I'm swearing so much, but this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. These kind of people who have no clue, don't mention anything about Jews being persecuted. They say it's like the 1930s. Europe has gone completely backwards. Yet this cocksucker has nothing to say about it. Nothing. Calls Israel's rightful defense of its country genocide. Because a couple of judges in The Hague who are politically appointed, who have an axe to grind, said it is. According to him. Apparently they didn't. According to Natasha Horsdorf, who is an international lawyer. It was never said. There's a potential. No, and then every war is a genocide. Every war is a genocide. I don't want to hear about that shit. Whites being beaten. Whites are living the high life and they're going out after Jews too. Blacks, whites, doesn't matter. They're all coming against Israel and Jews. That's what's happening. I don't want to hear about you and your fucking bullshit. Okay? I'm almost done with this guy, but Jesus. It's like dealing with a fucking retard.
The woman is talking about her good genes.
Good
like
genes?
Nazi propaganda.
Oh my God.
Quote, the Guardian newspaper in the UK asked, is American Eagle really using whiteness to sell jeans? The kickback against Sweeney and the ad has been viral. So that it appears absolutely okay to express hate in response to her role because she's white. The implicit message from the Fury.
Oh yeah, that's the story, isn't it?
Shut her white mouth and get back in her white box. I would say it is hard to imagine.
Oh, you are just giving us everything that's just not relevant. They are not white. They are not blacks. One fucking attack, little attack. Do you know that Jews were gunned down in the streets of Washington, D.C.? Do you know that a Holocaust, a survivor was burned to death at a peaceful march? Do you know that synagogues have been burnt down? That Jews have been attacked, been threatened every single fucking day? You've got nothing to say about that, sir? Nothing. Not one word passes your lips. All you do is say that Israel's committing a genocide based on nothing. How does this guy still have a job? How does he still have a career? How? We're in the business of lying now. We're in the business of propaganda now. Oh, the whites are being oppressed. That's total bullshit, and you fucking know it. No one is attacking whites in the streets. No one is burning down their places of worship. No one is doxing them. White Nazis are doing that. Yes, you talk about the Nazi propaganda. Look at what's happening. You've got Nazis coming out and showing themselves now because they feel emboldened. They found a common cause. What? Israel. And you're helping them by saying it's total nonsense. I've had it. And I'm not pussyfooting around with these people coming out with his earth behind him, some kind of, I don't know, he's supposed to look like a fucking messianic figure or something, I don't know. Coming out here with your cheap fucking green screen behind you and telling us that this is what's really happening and what's really concerning. You are delusional, sir. You are delusional. No wonder why they wear skirts in fucking Scotland. They can't tell that they don't know what a man or woman is. Go fight with your claymores, you fuck. Fucking idiot. I've had this guy on my radar before. He talks a lot of shit. And he is someone who I suspect he has an audience. He was on Glenn Beck. I don't see him being invited back anytime soon. But this guy's lying. He's talking utter crap. If he's not lying, he's totally delusional. And for a journalist to be delusional is very concerning to me. No mention about the actual racial hatred that is happening on college campuses, that is happening all over the world. Jewish, Israeli soccer fans being attacked in what's that fucking Amsterdam. Israel goes to the Euro Song Contest and is threatened and trying to jump on stage and throw blood on them and stuff like this is what's happening. Forget about Sweeney and her fucking jeans. Who gives a fuck about that? If you hadn't mentioned it, I wouldn't know who the fuck you were talking about. Guys. We do have journalists out there that are doing that. We've got good people on our side, but when I see this shit, God, I want to wring his. I want to hang him with that scarf around his neck. And that scarf is so gay with denim. I mean, come on, dude. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Oh, you're supposed to be a Scotsman. You fucking train spotting. That's what they gave us also. Fucking terrible film. Sick. And of course introduced us to people like Ewan McGregor, who I can't fucking stand. He's another douche. But like I said, I've had it with these people. I've had it. They're lying sacks of shit. Let's call a spade, guys. When you say there's a genocide where there is no genocide, I don't trust you. I don't trust your word. I don't trust anything that comes out of your mouth. When you deny and turn your blind eye to the actual injustices that are happening every single day to Jewish people. Every single restaurant being graffitied. These people that actually have the balls to walk into an Israeli restaurant and cause chaos. Disrupting places of worship where Jewish people go to worship. Killing people. We've lost. There's something wrong. Anyway, I think I'm done with this guy. I can't take much more of him. I'm going to continue. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've lost a tooth. So I'm a bit afraid to talk because you guys, this guy's looking like a homeless person. Sorry about that. I'm getting old. And I might be repulsive to look at, but I just want to. I will stand with Israel because what is going on is so wrong and so evil. When you are calling evil good and good evil, there is something morally wrong in the world. When you cannot look at what is happening in Gaza and deduce it's a war and that there are evil people that are using this population as cover and shield, and every time a child dies in Gaza, Hamas gets up. You can't imagine that Hamas gets more children die, supposedly, or starvation, another lie, okay? The Hamas gets a lifeline. That is why I'm fully behind Israel going wall to wall, taking down Hamas once and for all. Once and for all. They cannot be allowed to carry on. These people are sworn to the destruction of Israel. That is their whole purpose. Their entire leadership has got, all the previous Hamas leaders, they're all dead. They're leaderless. Literally like rats hiding in holes. And the IDF is just moving in and taking land back. Good. And these morons are going to recognize a Palestinian state or whatever. It's not going to change. It's just a political thing. It's a ridiculous thing. Because at the end of the day, there is no Palestinian state. And there will never be a Palestinian state. And these people, supposedly allies, okay, are going to pay dearly when Israel takes away what they give these countries. Britain, you are in a bad position. Sort out the shit in your own country before you go and criticize Israel. I see Sky News went and made a documentary now. It's Sky News in England about the settlers or something. They choose the oldest fart you can possibly, the most annoying old fart with the worst fucking British pucker, arrogant accent to go do this documentary. Tries to interfere with soldiers where they're building a I can't remember what it was, but trying to build safety for the people, the residents of the area, and trying to interfere with them. And the soldier just said, "Look, this is off limits. This is classified. Please leave. It's a military zone." Apparently Britain doesn't care about military zones. They let Palestinian action run all over there and spray paint their plane. That's where they are. Okay, but this old pompous git comes up and tries to, and then put it in his documentary. Look what they did to me, and he went and spoke to every fucking Palestinian hater he could possibly find. Louis Theroux did the same thing, and that blew up in his face. Now this is blowing up in their face. BBC did a documentary about the people in Gaza. It turns out it was the kid of a Hamas official, and they paid this guy money. It was cracked open. Britain is in trouble. And if you lose your country, you'll have no one else to blame. It's not Israel's fault. It's your fault. Anyway, okay, I'm done with Rob Roy over here. Okay, let's call it quits. I'll see you guys soon.